Hello, in this video I'm going to be taking a look at a new plugin from Goodhertz called Tupe. It's a mixture of tube and tape. It has a very authentic sounding tube tape sound. I'm not sure how they've achieved this. It sort of makes me think that it's based on a profiling technology. So something similar to like a Kemper, or analyzes the harmonic content of a piece of music and recreates it. That's what I'm guessing. I don't actually know. I'm just going by what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing here. So they've actually got a list of artists here, which is pretty useful if you're going for a specific sound. So I'm building up a track here and I was using Tupe on it. Just been working on a kind of a blues rock song, and I'm gonna just go through and let you hear what it sounds like on it so far. I've separated some of the drums out here onto different channels that they haven't been processed yet, so we can mess around with that. It's 3 guitar tracks, bass, then drums, and organ. I've actually got CanOpener Studio on the Slate VSX. So I'm using the HD Linear too, and then crossfeed, no delay. Just seems to make it sound a little bit more forward, a little bit more in your face, but nice and clean. The minute I have Tupe basically across the whole project. So let's have a listen on this guitar. That's bypassed. That's it active. And this is on the Voodoo Child preset. Now it definitely introduces that tube saturation, but it's subtle enough and there's no harshness that I can hear in the high frequencies. It doesn't sound digital, which is the biggest challenge of any kind of tape plugin or tube plugin. So this is the organ. Just bringing in a little saturation and a bit more presence. These guitars were recorded through a Kemper. So that was Tone Junkies. I think they're maybe both Tone Junkies. So yeah, just bit more presence. Palm muted bass. You can resize the interface by preferences and then window size. So 200% is the largest. 140 seems nice to me. I've also got a wet dry blend and the ability to change sort of emulated valve and the tape type. It's also an opto compressor. Not all of those drums have been separated out yet. This one is kind of the toms, overheads, and rim mics. So we've got the kick drum in isolation here. We'll try it. So that's a pretty dramatic difference. So it also doubles up as a limiter, which is pretty sweet. them a go. So let's go through some of these and try them with a few different presets. I'm just going to save it first. Worth noting that the plugin doesn't add any additional latency. So there's no latency added here, which is sweet. Got a few instances of it here that let's see what sample buffer I'm running. So I'm running at 128 sample buffer with a bunch of VMR instances, BFD3 and triple play, which I'm going to do a video on soon. Running contact through triple play. So the organ was played with the guitar using the triple play pickup. So I'll do a video on that, showing how that's done and the pros and cons of it, but very impressed by it so far. So yeah, let's go through some of these and listen to some of the different presets. Led Zeppelin and the previous bit of Beatles. More Led Zeppelin. So they actually give you the artist, which is pretty cool. I don't know if they needed permission to do that or anything, but it is really useful to have. A lot more driven. So even the driven presets, they don't sound harsh in the high end, which is, as I say, that's the difficult thing to pull off. Very muted. I like this Nebraska one, Bruce Springsteen. Again, very driven. Let's try that on the bass, just out of interest. Class song, National Anthem by Radiohead. Very cool. So that's without, and that's with. Pretty crazy. Joe Dart, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool as well. A lot of really usable sounds in the presets. Yeah, really interesting plugin, and I mean, if you're like me, you probably already have a bunch of saturation plugins that you're quite happy with, but this one in particular seems really well optimized and sounds great as well. Manages to not sound harsh, just enhances the source material and brings out the sound that's there, adds a bit of tube and tape warmth and saturation to it. Can be driven really hard to create some really gnarly kind of sounds as well. So yeah, I'd definitely recommend checking it out. Cheers.